So this is what I want to tell you about. The power of inversions, master any chord progression. So it's more like two topics in one, but I'm going to try to focus more on the first topic. Hello everyone, it's me Piano, and for today I'm going to show you something special. So just before you continue watching, don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe if you're watching from YouTube or Facebook. And just before I begin, you can now visit our website, which is onlinemusichub.com.ng. You got to see a lot of lessons, a lot of videos, a lot of stuff there you can download for free. And don't forget to check out the chat network here. So there are lots of gigs there. You can earn money from the chat network, but that's by the way. So go check it out and enjoy. We'll keep uploading, updating the site, with content. So make sure you check in every single day. All right, so let's go. The power of inversion. And before I continue, don't forget our mentorship class registration is ending in 2 days time, and the link is there. If you go to the website onlinemusichub.com.ng, you're going to see the link there at the front page of the website where to register for mentorship class. It's going to be fun. So get more details on the website. So let's continue. So first of all, what you're going to ask yourself is, what are inversions? Before start saying the power. You see, very cool. Now, if you've ever seen people play something like this, when they move around, you can move around your keyboard using inversions. So most times they're playing around inversions. So now, what is inversion? Very simple. Now, before I explain what inversion is, it's very, very important to understand that inversion is totally different from chord replacement. Inversion can serve as chord replacement, but chord replacement cannot serve as inversion. So in order for you to get this in full, I'm going to both explain what chord replacement is and what inversion is so that you know the difference. You understand? Now, let me use a real life situation before I put it into the keyboard, and we'll understand how it is. Understand? So, if you have water, you have your water. Yeah, you have water. Water is colorless, is odorless. You understand? If you boil that water, it becomes hot water, but it is still colorless and odorless, but it maintains its form. If you freeze that water, it becomes chilled. So it becomes odorless, it becomes colorless also. It is still water. So that is what inversion is. Inversion is playing the same chord in another way. But that another way you're playing it, it's still the same chord. It might change form, but it's still the same chord. So if this is my F major chord, you see, which is 1, 3, 5 on F major scale. I'm still playing the first inversion of this chord. All the inversion are maintaining the same original notes of the original chord in its root position. It's just that they are changed, they are rearranged, but it's the same. But when you talk about chord replacement is using a total different chord in place of another chord. Let's go back to our first example we did. So, if you say water, you want to drink water, and you replace water, you substitute water for fruit juice. It still has the kind of water feeling. It can substitute for water. You substitute water with wine. You substitute water with alcohol, whatever. That's now a replacement. It is not an inversion, because you're using something totally different from water to replace water. So chord substitution or chord replacement is using a total different chord. So if this was to be my chord 1 and I used chord 6, instead of chord 1. Maybe I did chord 4, 1, 4, 1. But instead of coming back to 1, and I did 1, 4, 6. This is totally different. So this is a chord replacement. But if I did 1, 4, 1, and this 1 I played an inversion, that's inversion, same chord. So get that. Very necessary for you to get this so that you can understand where we're going to. You understand? Okay, let's continue. So, how many types of inversion do we have there? Now, for every chord comes in its original form, and that original form is called the root position, root chord. So, the original position where a chord comes from is your root, is the root position of that chord. So if we have C major chord, for example, this is C major chord, C, E, and G. C major chord, you understand? Now, this C major chord, starting from C, because we are talking about, if you look at music, I always tell people it's very easy. It explains itself. If you say C major chord, it is first telling you that there is this key C first, then you now have a major before you now have a chord. So if you look at it, it's arranged very well. If you see F diminished 7 flat 5, you must have F, you now have a diminished, then you have a 7, then you flat your 5. Easy peasy. I think I got a little code. Okay, so let's continue. Okay. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. So that is why when I say your root is the destination you're working from. There have to be a destination. You cannot just say play major chord. What major chord are you trying to tell the person? What key? Where's the root? So your root is the destination you're working from. So you say play C major chord. C becomes the destination you're working from. So C becomes your root. The same thing applies to everything. So if you come to chords and we say C major chord, we will know C becomes our root. Let's go this way. So you have C as our root. I know the formula for major chord is root 3/5 at the major triad chord. Root 3/5. In the case of C major scale and C major chord, it is C, E, and G. Easy peasy. Now this is the root position because the key we are working from is seen at the first position. How many types of inversion do we have right now? So we have the first and second inversion. 2 types of inversion. Anybody that tells you that there's a third inversion, pull off your shoe and run away very fast. Pull off your shoe and run away very fast. I'm coming to somewhere. So remember, this topic is the power of inversions. Well, I cannot just go straight to the power of inversion without letting you know what inversion is. So everybody from every level can participate, understand, flow, and apply this particular class. You understand? Now let's go. To get your first inversion, to get it is on a 3-note chord like this or any chord. Take your root. Say this is your root, which is C is your root. Take it to the nearest right position. What did I say? To the nearest right position. This is how to get first inversion automatically. So if you have C as our root, we take C to the nearest right position. So what's the next C we see right now? It's here, C4. You now have the first inversion. Easy. By taking the root position to the nearest right position, you have first inversion. Now from that first inversion, a new key will form the root. So from the first inversion you've gotten, take the first note of that first inversion chord to the nearest right position to get your second inversion. So if you have E, G, and C as your first inversion of C major chord, since E is in the position of the first chord, it's in the position of the first note of the chord, take E to the nearest right position. So if you move E to this place, it's going to be G, E, C. G, C, E. Sorry, G, C, E. So you now have the second inversion for C major chord. So combining these three chords, you have C major chord, first inversion, second inversion. This applies for every single chord. Even if you're doing a 7th chord, if you have 7th chord, F major 7th chord, for example, and you have your 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. You want to get the first inversion of F major 7th chord. Take the root position to the nearest right, which is gonna be something here. So you're doing something like this. There's the first inversion of F major 7th chord. To get the second inversion of F major 7th chord, take the next root position to the nearest right. So you have A here, take it here. So it's gonna do that line. See. So this is it. So you see, cool. So you have that. So you can do this on all chords, but I'm a little bit more concerned as it relates to triad chords so that everybody can flow. But I had to do the explanation on 7 chords so that even the advanced players can know. Understand? So let's continue, shall we? So don't forget, if you're still watching, don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to share, make sure you're following. Yeah, so when you share, I get to meet more persons. Also tell me where you're watching from, and don't forget I said you can visit onlinemusichub.com.ng for free lessons, for gigs, for events. Yesterday I think someone posted that he needs a keyboardist to play a 1-minute piano solo for a movie. I think the offer was around, I don't know if it's 5,000, I don't know how much was it. So you go check, there'll be offers there. So let's continue what we're doing. Now, we have first and second inversion. Now this applies on all chords. If we go to our minor chord, C minor chord, the same thing. This is C, E flat, and G. Take C to the nearest right. We have E flat, G, and C. We take E flat to the nearest right. So you see, well, I think there's a little bit of disconnection here. So that is how you can do it for a minor chord. So this is for minor, C minor, move. Oh, just gonna check this stuff real quick. So this applies to every single chord. Your minor chord, just move to the nearest right. You move. If you go to diminished chord, also to C diminished chord, you move your first note to the nearest right to give you your first inversion. Your first note again to the nearest right to give you a second inversion. So cool. Now, how useful can inversion be? It is very useful because it adds color. It adds color to your play. In fact, if you master inversion, you've solved around 15% of your problems. Understand? Some people keep trying to go do all the complex chords and the rest. Inversion should be one of the things you should master before trying to do complex chords, because you should be a master of your triad chords. So let's say I have F. This is F triad root position, but then I want to do F major chord first inversion, then F major chord on my left hand root position, something like that. You see? Now if I do root position, this is how it's going to sound. You might not notice, but there's a slight difference. Then I do this. You see? So then this is looking too cloggy for me. So it's essential for you. You can do this. See, sounds much better. Let's apply. If we go to chord 2, you see, in chord 2 now I'm playing the first inversion. But most times you want to ask, what do you do on your left hand? Most times your left hand can maintain the root position of your chord. But like I said, it is not every chord you have to play every complete note of the chord. For example, I want to play F major chord on my right hand. I can just play the first and third note of F major chord on my left hand. It serves. You see, I'm playing F. No, sometimes it's going to be too cloggy, especially if you're doing a 7 chord. Imagine if I'm playing F major 7 chord and I do something like this. It's too heavy. Preferable for you to play the full chords on your right hand, and on your left hand pick out some notes so you can do something like this. Sounds much better. So that's how. There are some chords you even play one note, like see this chord. 1 second. See this chord right now. This is a C7 sus4 chord. But I'm just playing this. This is C. It's perfect 5, but when you do like this, see? So you should have to understand that it's not every chord you have to play complete with both hands. Some chords, you should watch me play something like this. You saw what happened? Just using one note on my left. So you go and look at all the masters playing, all the pro piano players that you know playing. It's not all chords they play on there. They play both chords, no. When they do all chords together, it's mostly when they want to cause some kind of tension, like they want to do something like this. Even when they do that, they don't even do that. They do mostly of all the full chords on their right hand. So learn that. A lot of beginners are kind of confused around that, and some professionals also have that issue. Makes your piano sound so cloggy. Yeah. So let's continue what we were talking about, or what we are talking about. Yep. Okay. So how is this inversion very important? Like I said, it adds color. This is the root position. This is first inversion. This is second inversion. You see, there's a difference. There's always a dun, dun, dun. So there's a new added feel to each. Then, how more useful can it be? There's some feel you can never get from your first inversion, from your root position that you will get in your first inversion. Then there are some feels you can never get from your first inversion unless you do on your second inversion. Let's take, for example, this simple groove for your chord 1, F, key F. Okay, let's do on C. You see the way it's sounding? So see? Good. But if I'm playing first inversion for my chord 1 for this groove, this is how it sounds. You see? So this is the sounds much more inviting than no. So there are some specific rhythms, grooves, styles, creativity that you want to achieve that will not be achieved on your root position. Your root position might take the stage on your right hand, on your left hand, but when it comes on your left hand, but when it comes to your right hand has to, invite all these inversions to give the music different feels. With inversions alone, you can play very good music and people are going to enjoy your music. Very beautiful. You understand? Now, let's get into more practical aspect of explaining this. So first thing you want to do is on your key, that your favorite key or whatever key you're very good at, you try to make sure you've mastered the inversions of all progressions of that key. What I mean, if you're playing on the key of F, for example, this is F, chord 1, you do chord 2, chord 3, chord 4, chord 5, chord 6, chord 7, and chord 8. What should you do here? Oh, yeah, chord 8. This is chord 1, so you play the 1, 1, first inversion, second inversion, 2, first inversion, second inversion, 3, first inversion, second inversion, 4, first inversion, second inversion. You have to do this to the point whereby you can look at it and you already know what to do next. Don't do one, this is how, no. Do it in a way that you can visualize it straight from without pressing the keyboard. When you master that, the next step for you is to start applying it. Very beautiful. If we take a simple chord progression like, let's take a simple chord progression. Let me think, what chord progression should we take? So let's take 1, 4, 5, 1. 1, 4, 5, 1 chord progression. So if we do something like 1, we're going to play it for 1 bar each. A lot of people don't understand what a bar, time signatures, you don't understand. Go watch my previous videos, I've explained that. So go search my previous videos. And if you want to learn more about bar time signatures and read, go check on onlinemusichub.com.ng, and you're going to see, go to the piano section, check, I think that should be in intermediate or beginners. You're going to see where I did some explanation on that, and go watch those videos for free, and even the paid ones anyways. So let's keep on going, let's continue. Now, if we play chord 1, 4, 5, and 1, root position, what I'm doing, 1, I'm skipping the second, on my left hand, I'm skipping the second note of the chord. I'm just playing the first and the third notes. So, 1, 4, 5, 1, 1, 4, 5, 1. Now, what we're going to do is, we're not going to play the inversions for each. So we have first inversions for each. So you see, 1, you see, I like this, it sounds much cool. Now, what is more advantage about this inversion is that if you're going to do something like an arpeggio, an extended arpeggio chord, for example, I want to expand my chord to something like this and expand my chord to like this. I want to play something like this. I want to play, and in recent, a lot of people call this a perfect fifth, perfect this, just this, and you have your perfects, you understand? So, but I want to extend this, so I call this the arpeggio kind of chords for me. Now, if I play this as my chord 1 on my left hand, automatically my thumb is playing the first note of my chord if I was going to play with my right hand. So what happens is I play the first inversion. This gives it a more fuller feel. So with this first inversion here, I'm just playing this arpeggio chord. I was trying to talk about something. I said, we're going to play this for 1 bar each on a 4/4 time signature. So what I mean, and we are looking at tempo 62, tempo 59. So if you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, you go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, you go again. So that is it. So each 4 beats you count per clap is a single beat. If you do, that's a beat. It's a beat. So if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 bar. So per 4 bars is 4 beats equals to 1 bar. So understand that on a 4/4, there's a 3/4. 3/4 is 3 beats equals to 1 bar. So if you're doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, that's not the topic for today, but just an explanation for a lot of us who might not know, who might be strange about musical bars and time signature. Now, when you do chord 1, 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, chord 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, chord 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, chord 1, 1, 2, 3. Now let's switch to inversion. First inversion, 2, 3, first inversion, 2, first inversion, 2, 3, first inversion. See, so imagine you do the first root position first, then you switch it to first inversion. Now it even gets more mind-blowing when you do this. We're going to now do first, second inversion, come back to first. So if we do, so 1, 2, 3. So you're doing your number 1 root position, number 2 first inversion, number 3 second inversion, number 4 first inversion. So root first, second, first. So something like this: 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how it sounds. So instead of you always playing no, why don't you do something like this? Very beautiful, like this. Nice. That way you're doing something cool, sounds cool. Applying it in a real life situation. I select this young. I select this young. I select. Oh Lord. See the way I'm playing? You don't have to do it exactly like me. You understand? When it comes to music, creativity, especially when you get to a professional or advanced level of music, it's all about your creativity. So you should always, I always tell people, always think of how to improve creativity. That is it. Creativity, because you're just doing what is already there, but you're making it more creative and unique. So if we have a chord 1, so we're not doing. Now to even make it more beautiful, you can decide to play some things in between those inversions as you're moving. You can decide to aggregate. For example, I'm doing something like that. So you see, so with these inversions, you now have the power of inversion. There's a lot of things you can do with inversion, but this is a very good step for you. You can now proceed. You can proceed to say, okay, use this particular creativity and skill you have to say, okay, time to master any chord progression. You can use this power of inversion now to master any chord progression. Sound interesting, right? Cool. So now, how can you use this to master any chords? Cool. If a song is your chord 1, chord 4, chord 5, chord 1, it's simple. All you have to do is, this is the progression of this progression is chord 1, chord 4, chord 5. To master any chord progression, since you know it's chord 1, chord 4, chord 5, is you just play the inversions, because you now know the inversions. So you're now doing like this: 1, 4, 5, 1. So you're doing 1. making it sound very, very beautiful. So with that way, you're able to familiarize with every single chord of that chord progression, any single progression you want. Because any progression you play, for example, you now know how to do the inversions of that progression. And once you can play the inversions of any progression, you're able to manipulate that progression more and more and more. Do you understand? Imagine if you know a progression only in their root position. You won't be able to manipulate it. You understand? You won't be able to manipulate it. You understand? So this is how you can understand this and get better and beautiful. This is where I'm going to end the class for today. And before I end the class, don't forget our online musichub.com.ng is live. So you go check out our website. So those people asking me for tutorials, personal materials, and the rest, they are all uploaded there. They are all uploaded there. We only all uploaded there. We also have where you can do a custom request. Understand? You can do a custom request, and it's still there on the website. We have the chat network there. You can chat with see your fellow musicians, check for offers, and the rest. So you go check it out. And like I said, we are still updating the site, updating it with services, with goods, with items. So always check back every day, every time for new offers. So that'll be all. Thanks for watching. And before you go, please don't forget to give this video a comment and give this video a like if this really helped you. And don't forget to share also. Bye and take care.